Well, everybody, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. That's right. It's Saturday night, and you know where you are. And we are, in fact, right there. So, folks, can everybody still hear me? You know what I didn't do? I didn't turn off my, yeah, maybe I did. I did. My video's off. Is the audio still there?
I can hear you.
Yay. Okay. So I spent the bulk of my day. Well, no, that's not true. Bulk of my afternoon I spent in the garage playing around with wood stuff, making things, trying to make something. And got cold out there. It's cold out. Well, I guess as conversation starters, that one sucked.
It's
really cold.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome.
It's only cold if you notice it.
And boy, did I notice it.
Thanks, Jen.
It's so cold.
So cold.
So cold. No, but in all honesty, what we needed this year was a not very cold winter, and that's not what we got. We needed a balmy winter so that we could continue to gather together outdoors.
It's been pretty okay, except for the last week. It's been pretty okay.
It's not cold. It's just not warm. Cold is just an absence of kinetic energy and heat. Cold is not a thing in and of itself. So
shut up, Walt.
It's not cold. I'm just saying.
Actually, Walt, entropy is the order of the universe.
Oh, there you go. So that it's just baseline.
I mean, the laws of
I thought the order of the universe was a mushroom omelet and a cup of coffee.
No, grilled cheese?
Apple pie and coffee.
Apple pie and coffee.
There you go. You know that joke, Kat, right?
I do. It was my father's favorite joke.
I love that joke.
I don't know that joke. Can someone tell the whole thing?
Yeah.
I would also like to hear the joke.
Kat, are you going to tell it, or am I going
to tell it?
I'm going to tell it?
Yeah.
Well, so this immigrant comes to the United States, and he doesn't speak any English whatsoever. And he gets very hungry, of course, as humans do. So he goes to a diner, and he just decides that he's going to listen very carefully to the person next to him, and he'll order whatever they order. So he sits down and he listens, and the man next to him says, apple pie and coffee. So the waitress turns to him and says, what do you have? And he says, apple pie and coffee. And he's feeling pretty good about that. He doesn't know what he's going to get, but he likes apple pie. He likes coffee. This is good. And so the next day he goes back and he says, apple pie and coffee. He gets apple pie and coffee. That's great. But after a while, you can only eat so much apple pie and drink so much coffee. And he would really like something more nutritious. So he determines that he's going to do his best. He's trying to learn English, but it's a very difficult language to learn. And he goes in and he sits down and he listens intently. And the person next to him at the counter says, let me have a grilled cheese sandwich on wheat. And so he remembers that. He repeats it under his breath. And waitress gets around to him and says, what do you have? And he says, let me have a grilled cheese sandwich on wheat. And she says, you want potato salad, coleslaw, or fries? And he says, apple pie and coffee. The lack of response is just devastating.
We're waiting for the rest of it.
It's really cold out.
You put us all on mute, Michael. Like, we could be laughing. You just made us all mute ourselves.
I sure love the jokes like the aristocrats where the punchline doesn't matter.
Yes.
Right.
It
Yeah,
was
I unmuted just for that.
It's fun to hear the different variations of that joke.
Well, Kat, how is it different?
In my father's version of the joke, the man has a friend, and he said, I want to go to the coffee shop and order food. What should I order? The man coaches him and says, ask for apple pie and coffee, and he does. And then after a while he says, that's great, but I'm tired of apple pie and coffee. And then it says, okay, ask for a ham sandwich.
Oh,
And he goes in and he says, I'll have a ham sandwich. And the woman says, great. And the waitress says, great. What kind of bread? And he just looks at her. What? And she says, what kind of bread? He says, a ham sandwich. She says, what kind of bread? He says, a ham sandwich. She says, what kind of bread? He says, apple pie and coffee.
Aw.
It still feels more like just a sad story than a joke with a punchline.
Yeah, as an immigrant and a child of immigrants, it just feels really close to home.
Yiddish jokes are not always funny. They're more about sort of the truth of the moment. We laugh at life. That's what's funny about it.
So my first day of school here in the United States, I was 7 years old and I was in second grade, and my mother gave me 75 cents for lunch. But everyone else's mother gave them $1. And so they would get their tray of lunch and they would have a quarter on their tray. And for some reason, I don't know if the lunch lady would put it on their tray. And a woman came around and said to me, where's your quarter? And I said, I paid. And she said, where's your quarter? And I said, I paid. And I didn't know more than that, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what that joke feels like to me.
Yeah. Well, but I think that's right. I think, it's not funny like
Right.
not true or the boy. It's funny.
It's like,
too. Right?
yeah, it's a truth of life.
A truth of life joke.
I have a joke I legitimately think is funny and is just cute. It is.
Please tell it.
It's there's a grandmother with her. This is one of the line of Jewish grandmother jokes, and that product line. She's with her grandson and they're at the beach, and while they're at the beach, a big wave comes in and takes the little kid out to sea, and he vanishes. And she screams. She's lost her only grandchild, and she just looks up to the
Premise
heavens.
is consistent with this evening so far.
Yes, and she screams up to the heavens, says, please, please, dear Lord, just give me back my only grandchild. And the wave comes back and leaves the child back on the beach completely unharmed. And she looks at him and looks back up at the sky and yells, he had a hat!
I love that. That's great.
That's one of my favorites.
Hey, it's 7:57, which means that we're just 3 minutes away from Mopco's 2x2x2. That's the show where we do two-person scenes. And if you're here, you know that for 2x2, we just take whatever kind of suggestion you want to give us. If you'd like to give us a suggestion, no promises. We can't tell you we're definitely going to use them, but we like to honor them when possible.
Maria, my father was an immigrant too from Russia. He came when he was about 5. And the story is that he would only speak Russian. He wouldn't speak English for about 6 months until he said something in Russian that was actually an English idiom. And his mother laughed at him and said, you can't say that in Russian, that's English. And then he only spoke English after that. So,
yeah, we went pretty hardcore English for a while. I kind of lost. It took me a while into my 30s to get my Swedish back.
Wow, isn't that amazing? So it's really interesting to have this conversation with you. I never really put together why that was my father's favorite joke, but you love that joke.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you for making me recognize why my father loved that joke.
When I was a kid and my Polish grandmother, my babci, in her house, they would all speak Polish only when they didn't want me to know what they were saying. They made sure that I never learned Polish. So I would hear them start speaking, and I still don't speak Polish. I was going to do it like gibberish. They would say, ay, 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 oh, da, 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 da. And then they would just say, Waltush, Waltush. And like, oh God, what the fuck did I do? I had no idea, but I just knew. I heard, want to.
I'm gonna start calling you that.
Well, when it's time to go to sleep, I had to go zhuzhu.
Aw. Wait, you're Polish? Haha, just kidding.
And it's less than 1 minute away. Hello, Roger. How are you?
Yiddish.
Glad you're here.
Mostly because I want to really understand the opening to Laverne and Shirley, but that's completely unrelated.
I know one phrase in Yiddish, "Gein Kach in der Meer." It was my grandmother's favorite, and as I understand it, it means "go shit in the ocean."
Wow.
That was going to be my guess.
Roger Missoula is identifying with your story, Walt. Apparently you had similar experiences.
By Mr. Fazio, you've gotten me verklempt.
So it is now 8 p.m. on a Saturday night. And that means that the Mop and Bucket Company is here to entertain you with our improvised scene work. The dog just tried right there on camera, Cinnamon. My dog over there, over there, trying to get into the garbage. And I saw it happen right here. You never know what's going to happen in a Mopco show, including the dog trying to get the garbage. So let's bring the whole cast on. How's everybody
Right
doing?
now.
Let's
There he
see.
goes. There he goes.
Here we are.
There he goes. Ooh.
It's true across every medium that adorable animals will always upstage humans. Always. It's just.
Now that dog gets in the garbage some more. It's not going to be adorable for long. I'll tell you that right now. No question about it.
Peter has an adorable animal with him.
Yes, he does. Peter, you adorable animal, you. So, I'm always so happy to see this group of people. Cad Coppet, the box just disappears with the background, but if you hold the numbers in front, right?
I'm out of space with my space laser.
Yes.
I love
So
your background, Kat. I love it.
the lady with the space cat laser is Cad Coppet, and she is our numbers maven this evening. Peter, your mouth is moving, but thankfully you are muted. That's a good thing. So
I'm just saying, don't you need 3 space lasers? One for meat, one for dairy, and one for Passover.
It's accurate. It's
Yeah,
accurate.
this is the dairy space laser. That's why it's in the form of a cat.
Bum. So, Cad Coppet numbers maven.
Yes,
Let us find out from you the first 2 actors.
I have number 3
Number 3
and number 2.
and number 2. Yes, very good.
We're going right into it, I guess.
I guess so. Do you want a suggestion?
Oh,
Sure, you want a suggestion, Sam?
Anything's fine.
Sure. Got one?
Your first line of dialogue is "That happened to me as well."
That happened to me as well.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. If it was just me, I would have felt like I would have felt selfish.
Yeah. No, I can understand that. You know, you're not alone in that feeling. When it happened to me, I felt selfish.
I won $20 in the instant win sweepstakes. And I feel like, what do I do with this? Right? Like it's not mine. It's not my money. It's I didn't earn this. It's just like it shows up in the mailbox and the instant win sweepstakes.
I'm sorry. I think I misunderstood your story that you were saying. I thought you won $20 and spent it on yourself, and you felt selfish because you didn't share it with anybody. That's why I said that happened to me as well. That's what I did.
Oh gosh. I mean, yes, to an extent that is part of it. I did spend $20, and I did mostly just use it all on things I want to buy. It's the getting itself that makes me feel selfish, though.
No, I understand. Like, you don't feel like you're worthy, right? Like, what did I do for this $20? I just scratched a little card and
Exactly.
that doesn't take much talent or skill or effort or studying or anything. Just to scratch.
You just added a whole new dimension to it, though. I spent all of it on myself.
I'm sorry. It's okay. All right? Listen,
Margaret.
Jim, it's okay to spend the $20 on yourself.
Margaret, I went to you because when you told the office last week that it happened to you, I thought that you would understand. More than anyone.
I do. I really do. The universe is an unfair place, Jim. Sometimes we are burdened with things that we didn't ask for.
I spent it all on scones. For me.
Wait, all of it on scones?
They're really expensive at the mall now.
Oh, those ones with the cinnamon on top?
Yeah, they're so good.
Oh, I don't blame you. Okay, but I listen. If scones is your thing, right?
Yeah.
Who's to say that wasn't the right thing to do?
I suppose.
Hey, you know, the guy who sells the scones, maybe he really needed that $20.
Yes. Yeah. I helped a small business?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe he used that $20 to keep the heat on in his apartment, and so his kid could do his homework and earn that scholarship and go to college and make something of himself and support his parents and in their old age.
Margaret, you know just how to make it seem like everything that I do is the exact right thing in the moment and not in any way selfish.
Jim, I'm really good at rationalization. Just knock on my door anytime you do something that you know is kind of shitty, but you want to feel better about.
Can I ask? What did you spend your $20 on?
Oh, well, the reason I felt selfish when I spent my $20 is because I gave it to an organization that rescues kittens, and I kind of felt selfish because I love kittens, and I thought, well, maybe I should have given it to like Habitat for Humanity or something like that. That's why I felt
selfish. Totally get that. Yeah.
But anytime, Jim. Anytime.
Gonna go back to my desk.
All right.
Scene. Thank you very much. Hey, numbers maven. Are you there?
I am.
There she is. Oh,
Sorry, the laser tends to get a little out of control.
I understand. It's tough when you've got that behind you.
Number six.
Number 6.
And number 4.
At number 4.
So, the name of the store is Just Scones, Lanyards, and Aglets. That's the idea. It's very special.
I love that. I hate when you can't tell what they're selling in the store by the name.
Too many choices.
Yeah, it's brilliant. You know exactly what you're getting. Scones,
Aglets.
lanyards.
Oh yeah. See, I'm already getting the order wrong, and it's my store. 3 might be too many things.
Maybe it should be scones, anklets, and lanyards Sal for short.
Sal, where's this? Sal, I like that.
Yeah.
I could change my name to Sal.
Aw,
Sal from Sal.
that's cute, but I like your name,
It's disingenuous.
Frankie. I like it.
You.
But do you think we're gonna be able to support ourselves on this business?
Honey, I have watched Sunglass Hut move those stupid little plastic nose protectors like friggin' crazy.
Yeah.
And the place that only sells pretzels and scones has been doing amazing. I can't compete with the pretzels. But
Right.
scones.
It's true. You make a magical scone.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, the baby, and I mean, hopefully he'll go to college one day. Can we send a kid to college on scones, anklets, and lanyards?
Well, aglets.
Aglets.
Did you think it was anklets?
Yes.
Oh God! You think it's a stupid idea? Because aglets are really important. I mean, otherwise you can't loop the shoelace through. Oh Jesus! Anklets. Why didn't I think I can't support a kid on aglets? I was crazy. Oh my God! You're right. I should change my name to Sal, and I should move, and I should hide and be ashamed because I'm a terrible father.
No. What about we add anklets?
Sal. Scones, aglets, anklets, and lanyards.
That we can probably support a family on.
This would be a really great idea for a mobile for over the crib. A scone,
Yeah.
It
Just be careful with the lanyards though, because of like choking hazards and stuff.
Yeah. But it'll be great to groom him for the family business, which I'm hoping this will turn into, in case college doesn't work out, because it's not for everybody.
True. We don't want to force him into anything.
Are you happy doing what you're doing? I mean, I have my career here now.
Yeah. I mean, I spent a lot of time going to law school. I really worked my way up. I put in all those billable hours.
What a waste.
Yeah, maybe I should, maybe I should just come and make this happen with you.
Well, I mean, what are you going to do? Like, the baby's not going to need an attorney till he's at least 18. Unless we wind up on an episode of Cops.
Right, which he's going to be too busy working in the store to get in any trouble.
But he's got to eat something with his breakfast or brunch.
Yep.
He's going to have something to keep his shoelaces from getting frayed. And he's going to need something to label his luggage and stuff. Oh, and he's going to need something to give a special someone to show how he feels.
You know what? I'm giving my notice today.
I'm glad, because
I'm all in.
In this country, who the hell needs an attorney?
Nobody needs all that money, right? We can.
What money? What do you mean money?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Wait, you said money. What money?
Oh, I just mean the money I've been making as a lawyer.
I mean, it's kind of a niche kind of, what's the word, outre kind of market, right? People needing legal help. I mean, you can represent yourself, I assumed. What, is there money in this?
Yeah, you haven't checked our savings account lately?
Well, it's a pool, so I just assume that a lot of it's my income. Right? We pool it. We have a joint account.
Yeah.
Is there something I should...
Well, I just, I've been thinking about the future, and I mean, if I quit my job to go into Sal with you, that's it. That's what we have for all of these future plans. And because we might not bring in a lot of revenue.
Well, I mean, I must be doing something right, because I'm spending way more than I'm ever making as it is now, and somehow there's money in the account.
That's because I bill 90 hours a week, Frankie.
So you what you're saying is you get paid for what you're doing.
Yes.
I'm working Sonny Bono.
No, pro bono. I do not work pro bono.
Okay.
You think I went to law school all those years to work for free?
I just assumed it was a passion. I thought people became attorneys because it was just sort of a dream of people dream about doing things like that, right? I guess it's like like a degree in English lit. It's like I enjoy it. Yeah. The way you're telling me the money in the account, there's always money in the account.
Because I put money in the account every 2 weeks that I get paid from all the grunt work that I do at that firm.
I do plan. I don't. The scones are going to go stale, but I have enough aglets and lanyards for Christmas for everybody we know for the next 16 years. And see.
Oh, yeah. Something eerily familiar about that scene. I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but no impractical people in an improv troupe.
Nope.
So, numbers, Maven. Number 7. And I think that's me. I am number 1.
You are number one, number
So I
one.
was told, I am number 6. Okay, who's number 7? That's special.
It's made entirely of sodium.
Entirely?
Entirely. If you get it wet, it will catch fire.
Well, due respect, but it doesn't seem like a breastplate that is made of sodium is a very practical item at all.
I didn't want to say anything, but you've been dripping lately, and I figured that the fear would put a stop to it. It will explosively burn if you get it wet. Happy birthday.
Jared, I'm not going to put something on my body that will burn explosively if I get it wet, especially since when we go to these...
I've only asked you for one thing this year, and that's to put on the breastplate. I've made no other requests.
Fine, so get me a breastplate that won't kill me, and I will put on the breastplate.
It won't kill you if you remain dry.
I am a damp man.
That's the problem. Now is no time for moisture.
I'm sorry, but that's just it's my constitution.
When I got involved with you, I didn't realize I'd met a man who was going to start to leak 22 years into the arrangement. Shoot yourself. Oh. Again, I make one simple request. Follow your instructions to the letter. You've asked yourself, what can I get? And you said a breastplate. Could you make me a breastplate? Could it be red? Could it have these details? I did it.
And so you made one out of sodium, which will kill me as soon as I put it on, because you fully well know that I am prone to sweating. What kind of relationship am I in here? Where my supposed lover, my partner, my best friend gives me a choice.
There's no choice here. There's only an outcome. Shall I fit it to you?
What have I done to you to deserve this?
Here. Let me just slip it over your head.
Jared, get that thing away from me!
Oh, suddenly you're dry. Dry as a bone.
No, I'm not.
Yes, look at you. Feel yourself. Feel it. Feel yourself. Feel your head.
Check this armpit.
Look at it. Look at it yourself. Dry as a bone. I'm a problem solver.
So you're saying that rather than having a flop sweat, you've instilled such profound fear in me.
You're no longer a walking roll-on applicator of a person. You're welcome.
And if it rains?
Well, there's a snack.
I was thinking leather. Black leather with studs?
No studs.
Fine.
Without the sodium, you'll sweat the rust.
Okay, no studs.
Don't you want to try this one on just once? Just try it on. I mean,
Well, there's not a cloud in the sky.
give it a shot.
It's very dashing. It really is very. I love what it does to my midriff. It's very flattering.
My God, I'm beginning to sweat.
Jared, get away from me.
I can't help it.
No, Jared, it won't come
This
off.
is what passion is. We'll die together.
Jared, no! Ah! Peter and I always do such restrained psychological realism type scenes.
It's from our time together with Uta Hagen.
The Hagen. The bull. Well, it will
Yep,
be up
that's what
to
it is.
me, number 8,
Number 8.
and number 5 to
Then
follow.
number 5.
By the way, when she pulls out the numbers, you just like Ed McMahon, you repeat the numbers.
I repeat the numbers.
Like,
You are correct, sir.
Okay, I think I need a lawyer.
Well, I'm ready. I'm glad you came to me, Cecily.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think that before all the aglets and scones, you worked with my mom, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So my neighbor, who is a little eccentric, asked me, because of my extensive chemistry background, to build a breastplate that turns out was explosive, and he gave it to his partner. And
You murdered someone?
I mean, is it murder? I didn't it wasn't intention. What about intention? I didn't intend it.
Right. It's manslaughter.
I tried to talk him into leather.
Cecily, I'm going to stop you here
Yeah.
to say this is way I am way in over my head. Like, this is way over my pay grade. Like, I'm a tax attorney. Like,
Right.
you're in deep shit, and like I can be your family friend and I can call someone, but you killed someone?
I mean,
Dirty
I
breastplate?
didn't kill someone. I made a breastplate that did kill somebody.
Oh my God. Like, have the police come to arrest you yet?
No,
Did they
No.
know you're the person who made it?
I think it blew them both up, so I don't
Oh,
think
the
so.
time you killed 2 people?
I mean,
Okay. Okay, come in the
Yeah.
back. Come on.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Tell me.
Leslie. Okay, first of
Yeah.
all, is this a line of items or this was one of these things?
It was just one. It was like kind of like an experimental, fashion forward kind
Okay,
of project.
does anybody, like, who knows that you made this? Is this like widely known or it's just, because I'll just cut to the chase. If these are the only two
Yeah.
people who know that you made this and you can't be connected, I'm just going to suggest that you skip town.
I have nowhere to go.
Great. That means you can go somewhere where nobody knows you can just start again.
But ever since Tommy went away, I'm the one who's supposed to take over Sal's. I can't go anywhere. I can't let them down.
I don't think you understand. It's Sal's or your life. What is more important, a lanyard or your future?
I mean, for the past, 25 years, lanyards were my life.
Do you hear yourself?
I hear myself.
Lanyard for your life?
But I don't know anybody anywhere else. Come on.
Oh, Cecily.
Look, you may just. Yeah.
I'm getting sad just talking to you. Lanyards are your life? You don't know anybody else? I'm starting to think this might be a gift in disguise.
Maybe you're right. I mean, maybe I could start all over. Maybe I could do something totally different. Maybe I could do. You're right. Maybe I could do something else. Maybe I could do what my dad never could do. Make the best pretzel in the world.
Yep. The circus. Going to Madison Square Garden as a kid and getting those hot, smoky, soft pretzels. Sitting way up at the top where you could barely see anything, but knowing that there were 3 rings of amazingness. Back before we had to care about things like animal cruelty.
Right. That sounds amazing, and you can't blow anybody up with a pretzel.
You have to try pretty hard.
Scene. You can't blow anybody up with a pretzel unless you try really hard.
Pretty hard. You gotta try pretty hard.
Yeah.
Well, that, as they say, is the end of round 1.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! All right.
Here they all
Do
are.
you have any like commercial breaks or anything?
I told you we said.
Well, I guess we don't, unless, of course, there was some bit of magic that would create a commercial break for us.
Commercial breaks?
Magic on Zoom?
Oh!
Oh,
You
wait.
did magic, nonetheless. Pilot magic. Mime magic.
It's Mopface McGee, the Mopco spokes phantom.
Silent magic.
Silent magic.
Only
Muted
what
magic.
was
And
Hi.
now,
I'm Peter, the Mopco gift card that can't get a word in edgewise. Sorry. I'm a fine one to talk.
way to turn it around, Pete.
How does one get one of you?
One goes to mopco.com and buys gift cards and perhaps access to these great upcoming classes.
Ooh.
Yes, coming up at Mopco Improv Theater. In fact, tomorrow morning, there is still a couple of slots available for the master class in a narrative taught by none other than the amazing Kat Coppett. Right there. Yay!
Happen. Who knows?
Everybody, point to Cat Coppet on your screen.
We might even give away the secret of the space laser.
Either.
No, don't.
That's a one-shot masterclass. There's also a Teams class coming up. There's, I don't know. I teach most of them and I'm blanking, but there are great classes happening well into the spring and you know you need them. So check them out at mopco.org or just go straight to our Eventbrite site or probably, you can find out about them if you like us on Facebook and you check out our page there. So there's all sorts of options.
Boing, boing, boing.
And remember,
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
and remember, in this pandemic age, with online classes, you never have to go outside.
Ooh. And yet
Ever.
you got to go to anywhere in the world, right from the
Mm.
comfort of your very own quarantine pod.
It is
You can-
remarkable how wide a range of students we have developed over this time period from Asia and Europe and various states of the US and so forth. It's a lot of fun. It really is.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to meet people as well as learn.
Maria, what were you going to say?
Just that I like the opportunity to be on mute internationally.
Oh. There you go.
And I didn't mean to go off camera. It's just my camera doesn't work well.
It was very effective. Guess what? It's time for, after that little mini intermission, it is time for round 2 of 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. And we got
Number 2. And number 6.
number 6.
You see, Lieutenant, what we have here seems to be a case of spontaneous human combustion. All that's left of the poor bastard is his aglets.
Is what?
His aglets. That's all that's left. The little plastic tips of the shoelaces. Everything else was incinerated in some kind of a sodium explosive.
Are you saying the little plastic tips of the shoelaces actually have a name?
Well, everything's got a name. You have a name, Lieutenant Lewis.
Yeah, it's Lieutenant Lewis.
So when I say, Lieutenant Lewis, get me a cup of coffee, what happens?
Well, usually there isn't any coffee because the other officers have drank it all, and
Metaphor. All right, but
I don't know how to work the machine,
And-
or I'd make you a fresh one.
a name. All right, well, it was an example, because names give us power over things. They knew this since the Middle Ages. You could put down a demon or an ill-tempered fairy by knowing its name. It's a symbolic thing. Everything's got a name. The tips of the shoelaces are aglets. You're Lieutenant Lewis. I'm Detective Franco. This cigar is a cheap imitation. It's not really from Cuba, not on my salary. Yeah, but you get the idea. Anyway, you gotta learn specifics if you ever want to be a detective, Lewis.
Sorry, Detective, are you saying you believe in fairies?
I never said I did.
You just referenced them.
I'm just saying that the secret origins to all forensic work go back to alchemy and the precursors of a superstitious world. I'm just saying that it could be the work of bad humans. Is all I'm saying.
That's what I think. That's what I thought all along, and it's very rare to find a kindred spirit among the service here. You know.
Well, did you bring the fingerprint kit to dust with?
Oh, the fingerprint kit.
Yeah. And the sage. We want to burn the sage around the crime scene.
I brought the sage.
All right, good. That's what.
I brought the rose quartz. I forgot the fingerprint kit. I'm sorry, but
That's all right. We got the essentials. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna perform Reiki over the area in hopes of summoning clues.
Mhm.
All right. Hey, so how's the family? Yeah, Louis.
They're good. They're good, detective. I get to see the kids every other weekend.
Oh, that's good.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I think my ex is seeing someone new.
Oh, well, you gotta let stuff go. You should burn some of that sage for yourself.
Oh, believe me, I have burned pounds of sage, but it hasn't brought her back.
I don't want to derail what you have to tell me, but I think you should know that I sense some money coming to you in your future. You might want to buy a scratch-off ticket.
I will do that, detective. I will do that on my way home tonight.
Tell me, what do the words medieval armory mean to you? Because I think they came to mind when I did the Reiki, and I'm thinking there was some kind of armor or breastplate possibly involved here.
Well, detective.
Look for 20-sided die.
Oh.
Look for any Dungeons and Dragons crap.
All right,
I'm listening.
I'll have the boys look for that.
Mhm.
But there was a very unusual purchase made in the victim's neighborhood, just only several days right before. Apparently, a maker of handmade items had a very unusual request.
Mm-hmm.
That may be related to the medieval armory that you summoned in your thing just now.
Sounds like a dead end to me. Look,
Yeah.
there's a copy of The Secret on the shelf. They probably just manifested the wrong thing. Look for a vision board. You know, it's like a collage, the drawings, the things you want. Look for maybe like a collage of like pretty ladies and brand new cars and houses and maybe a guy on fire wearing armor in a picture somewhere around hereabouts.
There's an Esquire that has about 4 out of 5 of the items.
Eureka! Go through it. If you find me all those things. And Louis, get me a goddamn fresh cup of coffee. We're gonna be here a while. Anderson.
Yes, indeed it is. Somebody ought to develop a character like that for television.
Mr. Burns, they should. And but I have places to go. But one more thing, Mr. Burns. Maybe we should talk about the development of this character.
Jeez, now that Buddy Hackett's dead.
Yeah, I won't be too far behind.
Buddy Hackett's dead?
Oh my Lord. I would love to see Columbo doing Reiki.
By the way, my punk band will be performing in Kingston. Buddy Hackett's Dead at Friday nights next month.
How does Buddy Hackett have to do with Peter Falk? No answers. Number 5. And number 1. That makes 51. Like the sauce. The Heinz 51. Is it 57? Oh, well.
I'm not responsible for this acting choice.
Hi! Who called the fairy? I'm the fairy that you just summoned.
I was, fairy, huh?
Yeah? Somebody said the magic words. Here I am.
I was actually looking for a
What can I do
carpet.
for you?
I was trying to find a carpet cleaner. Carpet cleaner?
Okay.
They clean.
I can, that that's not really on my resume, but
Well, no, you don't look dressed for the. I mean, no offense, it's a lovely outfit and everything, but they usually show up with a panel truck or a van, and they got big hoses and stuff, and they come in and they do a whole thing, make the carpets. You don't have any equipment except what's that stick you're holding there?
yes, I have my magic wand.
Okay.
Okay. I usually do things like grant wishes, like going to a ball. Carpets. But I can try.
Are you really a fairy?
I just arrived out of nothing. I have a wand and this beautiful gown. Of course I'm a fairy. What else could I be?
No, you could be a bad dream I'm having. You could be, well, I guess you must be a fairy.
I'm a fairy.
Holy cow. You know what's amazing? My name's Gary.
Is something?
So it's Gary and the fairy.
Yeah. Gary and the how did you come to summon me? What the words that you had
Used?
yeah.
I just said, I'm going to call carpet magic.
That cannot be right, because I would not be here if that's what you said. Words have meanings, and you had to have said the right words.
I thought I said I'm going to call carpet magic, but you know what? I was eating. I had a mouthful of Brussels sprouts.
I see.
So it might have sounded like I'm going magic.
Yes, well, this is a bit of a pickle, isn't it?
God, I love pickles. Could you, I mean, you're a fairy, you're a magical creature, right?
Right.
So you could just wave that wand and we'd have pickles.
Sure. Pickles.
Look at that. Holy cow, that's amazing. You really are a fairy.
Yeah.
I bet you could wave that wand and we'd have I bet we'd have a pastrami sandwich to go with the pickles if you waved that wand the right way, wouldn't you?
Sure. You want a pastrami sandwich?
I'm just saying, I bet you could. Maybe you couldn't. You probably couldn't. Nah, real fairy could.
Pastrami.
I'm out of pastrami. You want an apple pie and a coffee?
I cannot bring apple pie and coffee.
I'm not even gonna. So do you like your work?
When it's all about meeting Prince Charming and dresses, I do. But I do not like being summoned to bring pickles and pastrami sandwich.
Are you saying I'm not good enough for you? You saying I'm not worthy of your fairydom?
Look, Gary, I'm going to be straight with you.
Yeah, please do. I value that.
You seem to lack a little bit of imagination.
You went a little falsetto there. I didn't quite catch that. What?
You lack imagination, Gary.
I lack imagination?
You have a magic fairy and you just asked for pickles.
As far as I know, you might be a figment of my imagination. There's no way that you could prove otherwise. So you're saying that I think it's pretty damn creative. A fairy pops up instead of a carpet cleaner, and I kind of say that maybe you could make pickles happen and you do, I'd say that's a pretty damn creative event there.
Hmm.
I'd say that's about the most creative damn thing that's happened on Eldridge Street here in probably the entire 27 years that I've lived here. And I know every person on this damn street, and ain't nobody's had anything like that happen. You tell me I'm not creative? What the hell? Because I'm not. How creative is it to have Prince Charming over and over and over again, Fairy? You don't even have a name.
Actually, it's Janet. And
Nice to meet you.
yes, and you know that Bob down the street, I was just there last week. How do you think he has that Porsche? Where do you think that came from?
He told me his mother left him money.
And
That
you
was-
bought that? No, that was all me.
Oh, Janet, I'm so sorry. Whoa! Whoa! Oh! A breastplate!
No, a breastplate.
How'd you know that wow! I've always wanted to be a centurion, you know that?
Yes, I know.
I figured that had I been born at the right time, I'd be there in the Legion and I'd be a leader and I'd march into the Carthaginian village, leading my legion, and we would command respect and admiration because we represent Caesar.
That's not to test that out.
No, I don't really want to do it. God, no. I mean, they didn't have microwaves. They didn't have anything. I don't even know how they made those roads out of blocks of stone, for God's sake. Janet, I appreciate the breastplate. Thanks for the pickles, but I'm probably not worthy of you.
Daddy, my tooth fell out. My tooth fell out.
Sure, why not?
Thanks, Janet. Boop.
Fairy. Don't look a gift fairy in the mouth.
Never.
Don't want to. Next, we've got number 7
Number 7.
and
Number 8.
That's me.
Number 7. 8.
Oh. Do you want a suggestion? I feel like we've been ignoring our crowd.
Yeah, I think we could use a suggestion, sure.
Let's get a suggestion. Where did they go? How about an opening line of dialogue? That steak looks delicious.
It is delicious. That salad looks delicious.
It's not really.
Have some steak.
Thank you. I thought you'd never ask.
Oh, whatever. Just here. I'm gonna. You know what? Let's just switch plates.
Oh, you're a lifesaver.
Oh, please. No. How can we always end up ordering what the other person wants?
You didn't want a steak?
I wanted a salad.
Really?
Yeah.
God, all I want is meat.
All I want are vegetables.
Why don't you just get vegetables?
Because I thought you'd judge me.
Oh,
You'd think this isn't a real man. He doesn't have meat.
and I've spent years trying to be something I'm not. Like this stupid aglet I'm wearing, and this tattoo.
You got a tattoo you don't believe in?
Yes, I have 3 tattoos I don't believe in. As a matter of fact, I hate tattoos.
I love them, and I don't have any.
Why don't you have any?
I thought if I get something that's permanent and other people don't like it, then they won't dig it.
And I am now branded for my entire life, although I know you can get them removed, but then I'll have a scar, and that seems
That's
like
painful with the label.
wishy-washy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like if I didn't have tattoos, I would seem judgmental about people who had tattoos.
Hey. I mean, are we both equally perfectly matched and stupid?
I'm beginning to think that, Jeffrey. Jeffrey,
Dana?
I will understand if you want to get up from this table and leave right away, but my entire dating profile is like a lie. I don't mean it's a lie like
I don't have a PhD.
Oh.
I mean, I don't even live in that neighborhood.
Oh. Okay. Okay, well.
All right, I'm going to say the most honest thing I can, and you say the most honest thing you can on the count of 3.
1, 2, 3. I hate everything about myself. What did you say?
I said I love your brown eyes.
Oh.
You don't have to like them. I like them.
You like my eyes?
No, you don't have to see your own eyes. Just don't look.
You like something about me?
I like everything about you.
Now I hate myself even more.
Oh, stop it.
Well, no, I mean, you said say the most honest thing you can, and you said something about me, and I said something about me, and how self-involved and narcissistic.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We're going to count to 3. You say something about me, and I'll say something about me. Okay?
That'll be nice. That'll even it out.
Okay.
1,
2, 3. I'm worried my credit card's
with you than anybody I've met in a long time. What did you say?
I said I was worried my credit card was maxed out.
Oh. I said I'd having more fun with you than I've had in a long time. Here's another thing I didn't put in my profile because I'm really ashamed of it.
What, Dana?
I have a trust fund. I'm independently wealthy. Money is no object.
You're kidding.
Do you still like me?
I actually don't have a trust fund. I've got an eye out the window to make sure they don't repossess the car.
As long as you still like me, even if you know I'm independently wealthy.
And as long as you still like me, as long as you know that I'm completely irresponsible.
I've been trying to seem completely irresponsible my entire life. That's why I got these tattoos.
And I've tried to seem like I was completely stable. That's why I didn't.
Wow. The steak is so delicious.
I love these croutons.
Scene. I love a good happy ending food scene.
Yeah.
That's really
Remember when we used to go out on dates at restaurants?
At where?
Restaurants?
Michael or me?
I just meant people, humans in general.
Yeah. Here, let me just ditch.
Hey! Why would you leave me out? God damn.
You had a pretzel as a cigar, but the cigar didn't explode. It takes a lot to make a pretzel explode.
That's funny.
Oh well.
It was loaded with sodium.
I think we have 2 more people left.
Who's left?
Number 4.
Okay.
And number 3 and number 4.
I'm not going to repeat him this time. You see how incomplete that
Number
scene?
3 and number 4.
Number 3 and number 4.
Are you still selling scones, aglets, anklets, and lanyards?
Yeah.
I would like to buy... I'm sorry.
Sir, something wrong?
I thought I could stay away. Your store. It's meant everything to me. But I told
Really?
myself this was a path of selfishness, a path of pain and self-indulgence, and I thought I could tell myself to stay away. The scones are too good, the aglets are too high quality, the anklets are... they shimmer, and the lanyards. It's as if they fulfill some kind of long-forgotten summer camp memory.
I know. And we actually have a special today. If you spend $20 on scones, we'll give you a free aglet.
Do you recognize me?
You do look familiar.
I used to be your best customer.
The lottery winner.
Yes, the $20 lottery winner.
That $20 changed our lives.
Wow.
We had 2 little kids, and the aglet business was just slow, and Auntie Anne's was putting cinnamon on their pretzels, and I didn't know how we were going to keep those kids in school. And you came in that day. And that $20 bill. That's what turned it all around. We owe you everything.
I owe you. Please allow me to buy more scones, please.
No. I can't take any money from you. The scones are on the house. Please. Here. We have some new flavors. I'll put a box together for you.
Is that saffron?
It is. Yes. Cardamom. Little nutmeg.
You have a sarsaparilla scone? Is that a sarsaparilla scone?
It is.
You're scone geniuses!
We couldn't have done it without you. We were fading away. We didn't have any more ideas. It was just cinnamon was all we could see. That $20 and a trip to the spice market. And here we are.
I'm so glad to hear that. What's that one at the end? Is that sodium? Is that a sodium scone?
Yes, it's experimental.
Ian. Don't eat the sodium scones.
Told ya.
That's a big piece of advice.
Now I want to bake scones.
There he is, Mark Merritt and Chrisana Sanger. Yay!
You know what are you going to ask us what we learned today?
Well, I was thinking about doing just that. Sounds like you learned something, Kat.
I learned that 2x2x2x2 is way better with musical accompaniment by Mr. Mark Merritt.
That's really nice, huh? Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I learned that I would even disappoint a fairy.
Oh,
I learned that a fairy is nothing without her musical accompaniment. I noticed that.
It's true. It's true.
I learned what an aglet was.
Yeah, that's one of those words, you run across it once in a while a trivia contest or a crossword puzzle or something like that. Other than that, people don't use it in a sentence very often.
It's probably for the
I was thinking eyelet, and so then I was thinking, and then that made me think of grommets. So I thought it was where you put the laces.
I was mixing them up with grommets too.
Well, your aglet facilitates your grommet threading. That's your basic, the basic physics of your shoelace situation there.
He's right,
This is why it's good that people don't use that word very often.
So, as always, it's just been a rare and beautiful pleasure to share a little bit of our collective imagination on this cold, cold, frigid evening. Yes, indeed. Any other last words from our beautiful and wonderful cast of improvisers?
I learned that the stylized fashion breastplate craze of the mid 80s may have a comeback.
Oh, I wouldn't do it. Sounds very dangerous to me.
I learned that sodium cures moisture.
It would cure it one way or the other. When I was in high school, somebody threw a little rock of sodium in the toilet in the boys' room.
Explode.
It did. It was a big scandal.
Somebody.
I didn't do it. No. You kidding me? I was too stoned to have that much get up and go. I wasn't. The amount of trouble they went through to steal the sodium from the science lab, and then no.
Why does sodium explode in water? I don't understand.
Lieutenant, the Reiki says this guy's lying.
Just salt. Why does salt explode in water?
Salt is not sodium. Salt is sodium chloride. Salt is sodium and chlorine.
Pure sodium.
Pure sodium
oxidizes very quickly, such that they used to make hand warmers that were a metal can that was kind of perforated with some sort of insulating material around a core of sodium. And you would expose it to the air and it would heat up. And the amount of sodium that was exposed determined the temperature of this device. So they smolder. A bar of sodium will smolder in the air. It's like it's oxidizing very quickly. But in water, it just goes bink and kaboom.
Today I learned two things. I learned that if you use the phrase such that, then whatever follows sounds really, really smart. I also learned that explosions sound like bink, kaboom.
There you are. And you just nailed how it is that I've managed to get over on so many people for so many decades, seeming to know what I was talking about.
Yes, when you begin to tell tales of sodium and asbestos, people just listen because they don't want to extend the story.
You're harsh, man.
I'm really tough today.
You're harsh. Bye, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Bye, everyone. I was
a dick today.
Next year at a restaurant.
Peter's a dick today.